In as much as new products keep popping up every day and some old ones fade away or get out of fashion, there are certain products that have been existing for ages and are not going anywhere. From cutting edge technology to everyday essentials, we are going to be uncovering in this video those products that never stop selling in Africa. That is to say, they are evergreen. So whether you're an entrepreneur looking to break into the African market or a consumer curious about the trends, this video is for you, and that also applies to any other part of the world. For most of the things we are going to be stating in this video are things that are practically indispensable in anyone's life. My name is Evergreen, and if you are new to the channel, please do well to subscribe and join this noble family, and also do well to share this video with your loved ones if you find value in it. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. The first on our list is toilet paper production. People will always need toilet tissues, right? You watching me right here, you probably could have just used a toilet tissue minutes ago. And you know, tissue is that one thing that every human needs to use. For those who don't use toilet tissue, we'd obviously at least use table tissues or multi-purpose tissues. So that is to say, if you are a smart goal-getter out there and you want to embark on the production of toilet paper production, I would advise you associate multi-purpose tissue and table tissues, or what we commonly call disposable table napkins, right? Now, toilet paper production or multi-purpose tissue production is one of those businesses out there that is very lucrative, because you actually spend very less to produce and make a lot of profit from it. This is simply because it is made from waste or recycled paper, and you know that's something that you can get basically everywhere where waste is disposed. And I can assure you, go-getter, that this is a good investment for you, because toilet tissues or multi-purpose tissues always sell no matter the brand. All right, when I go to supermarkets, I see all the brands selling. So people will buy tissues because they desperately need them, and whatever brand they find on the shelves on the supermarket, they are buying because the need is inevitable. So if you're interested in the toilet paper production, you will need to disburse about $5,000 to $26,000 depending on the capacity of the machine you want. On to the next on our list, let's talk about electricity. We know light seizure is plaguing almost the whole of Africa. So there's no way you could go wrong if you invest in something that will solve that problem. So if you guessed it right, we are talking about solar panel production. Now, we all know most African countries experience a lot of electricity seizures, and more people don't want to depend on the government for their electricity anymore. Once they've got their money and they build their homes, what they love to do is install solar panels for their electricity. So the demand is quite high, and you know, people have come to realize that the most sustainable renewable energy source is the solar. More and more people are actually buying. Now, I am referring here to solar panels, solar lights, and solar chargers. And since with the recent innovations, there are lots of appliances that are adapted to use solar energy, more and more people are going for it. Remember, on the channel, we always encourage Africans to embark on production. So if you want to do something that is really going to impact Africa, I think solar panel production is that one thing you should invest in if you've got the money, because as we all know, it isn't cheap, right? To actually have a full plant of solar panel manufacturing set, you will need to disburse about $14,000 to $450,000, which is not cheap, right? So this is one of those sectors that is really under-tapped in Africa. The only countries in Africa that are really trying when it comes to solar panel are countries like Nigeria, Ghana, Egypt, Morocco, and South Africa. South Africa is actually doing a great job. They've got over 10 companies that produce solar panels. Morocco is also doing great. Morocco has actually got one of the world's biggest solar panel producing companies that has a plant of over $9 billion investment, and it is actually an ongoing project that is going to impact the whole world. So I just believe that if other African countries could emulate this, Africa will go a long way. Next on our list, let's talk about the liquid food packaging production. Yes, you've probably gone to supermarkets and seen sachets of water, sachets of juices, and even oil and many more. Yes, those are the machines we are talking about. Now, liquid food packaging production is one of those things that thrive in Africa very well because a lot of brands are coming up with their products and they need these packaging for their products. You've got the automatic and the manual ones. Now for the manual one, with about $800, you could lay your hands on one. But for the automatic ones, you will need about $4,000 to $50,000 depending on its configuration and capacity. The liquid food packaging machine is one of those machines that if you import to Africa, you are going to be making a lot of money. And here, goal getters, remember that we talk about production. So if you could as well come up with a team of engineers who could actually produce these machines right here, you are going to make even more profit. Next on, let's go to the can sealing machine. This is some machine, goal getter, that if you actually import to sell in Africa, you are going to be making a lot of money. Now this machine makes me think of back in the days where we used to mystify everything. We would drink canned drinks, that's Coke or Pepsi or whatever, but we don't have an idea of how it is made. The idea of producing such drinks were so far-fetched from us, and we just thought of it being something that we could just import into Africa. But the good thing with this era is the fact that everyone can actually lay their hands on production machines and produce whatever they want. There are even smaller machines for home use, alright? This can sealing machine is actually of different dimensions and configurations. There are small ones that are home friendly that you could actually install in your home and produce your own canned drinks from the comfort of your home. There are manual ones and automatic ones. With the manual ones, you can just seal as much as your energy can, but with the automatic ones, you could seal up to about 400 cans per hour. So with such innovations, I don't see the reason why we should stay away from production and think that it's just for some category of people in society. Aside from the can sealing machines that seal drinks like soda and all the like, there are some that seal food, others seal pharmaceutical products, and some just seal beverages in general, alright? If you've maybe got your brand of juice that you want to start up, and that will cost you as low as $200. Now, there are different capacities, like I always say, depending on what you want it for. And if you go to the industrial level, you can get it for up to $40,000, depending on the capacity and the configuration as well. Next on, let's talk about the bubble wrap production. Yeah, there are machines that you could actually buy and produce bubble wraps right here in Africa. You know bubble wraps are used a lot, right? Some may call it bubble packs or air bubbles. All of them are the same thing. Bubble wraps will generally act as a cornerstone to the packaging industry. When you import, be it electronics or kitchenwares, there are these bubble wraps that are placed into a carton before your device, and it serves as a protection, right? That's what we are talking about. Now, this machine comes in a variety of sizes and configurations to suit different production needs. Now, the good news is it is produced with polyethylene, and we know that's one of the things we are going to be benefiting from the Dangote refinery. Talking about the Dangote refinery, if you are left behind, there's this video that we made and we covered everything about the Dangote refinery, so you might like to watch it right after this one. This is something that back in the days we used to import into Africa, but thanks to the Dangote refinery, we don't need to import it anymore. And that goes the same with other raw materials like urea, for instance, used for the production of fertilizers, and LAB used for the production of detergents, just to name a few. Now, the way these bubble wraps are formed, they contain hundreds of evenly spaced air packs that act as a soft cushion that absorbs shock during unexpected movement, and that's commonly used for transportation, especially during imports. Now, to lay your hand on a bubble wrap production machine, you would need to spend about $25,000. $100. Next on, let's talk about ribbon production. The ribbon production machine is used to shape a fabric and give it more texture in the packaging of various items. Now, ribbons are made of things like silk, cotton, polyester, nylon, and polypropylene. Now, ribbons are mostly used for ornaments. It could be for the hair, for gift boxes, and many more. You've probably seen lots of videos of surprise for loved ones, maybe a brand new car with a big red ribbon tied on it, and many more. Those are what we are talking about. So we are talking about this machine that is going to be producing those ribbons that you see people use often nowadays. People like to throw parties and they bring gifts like wedding gifts, birthday gifts. Ribbons are often used. So if you want to be the producer of that, you are going to be disbursing something around $10,000 to $14,000. On to the next on our list, we are going to be talking about one of those products as well that never stops selling in Africa, and we are talking of the lip balm, and we will be going towards the beauty industry. We are talking here of lip balm production. Yeah, lip balm is one of those beauty items that everyone uses, be it male or female. Everyone uses lip balms. Hey go getter, don't mistake lip balms for lip glosses. All right, with lip glosses they make your lips shiny, but the lip balms just make your lips moist and fresh. So lip balm is that one thing that sells like wildfire in Africa, because we know the harsh climatic conditions that we could face in Africa, especially during the dry seasons. People often need lip balms to make sure that their lips stay moist and fresh. So lip balm is something that if you actually embark on its production in Africa, you are going to be making a lot of money. And the good thing is the machines are quite affordable. You've got the semi-automatic and the fully automatic lip balm production machines. So with just $400 to about $1,500, you could lay your hands on a lip balm filling machine. And that's not all. Do you know that being in Africa, you've got an advantage on the raw material used to produce lip balm? To begin with, we've got the Dangote refinery that I talked about earlier. From there, you could easily get access to paraffin, which is used in lip balm production. Secondly, we've got beeswax, which is also the main raw material used in lip balm and which is found in most African countries, for apiculture is very well practiced in most countries. So these are some of the things that you should be looking at when you want to actually select a business to start. One thing you should note, goal getters, is that we don't talk about machines randomly here. Most of the machines we talk about on this channel are machines that you've got an advantage importing or producing in Africa. Take for instance the charcoal briquette machine we talked about. These are machines that could make you a lot of millions in Africa, for the raw material is not only available everywhere but very cheap as well. So if you're interested, do well to watch this video wherein I talked about the charcoal briquette machine alongside other very interesting machines that you might want to invest in Africa. Also do well to watch this other video where I gave you every detail you need to know about the charcoal briquette machine. And that leads us to the next on our list, which is the acrylic bending machine. Now, this is that machine that allows the automatic bending of a wide variety of plastic and acrylic sheets such as polystyrene, PVC, and PETG in many different forms. This machine bends acrylics with temperatures up to 135 degrees Celsius to 177 degrees Celsius. So you can imagine how effective this machine could be. So if you don't know what we are talking about, you've probably gone to supermarkets and seen these trays, for instance, acrylic trays that are bent in a certain shape. Yes, this machine is that machine that is responsible for giving that tray the shape you are seeing. And also, the automatic acrylic sheet bending machine will bend materials up to 5 millimeters, and these machines are automatic. So if you want to lay your hands on such a machine, you will need to disburse anywhere from $500 to $50,000 depending on the capacity and the configuration, obviously. Last but not the least, let's talk about the foil stamping machine. Now, these machines help fasten together steel or plastic used around package to make it more secure, thereby improving its strength and securing the load of the shipping pallet. So this machine actually has to do with a printing method where metal hot stamps are transferred at high temperatures to the surface being marked. You know, there are lots of imports and exports going on in Africa. So this machine will help you fasten your parcels and secure them best for transportation. So this is some machine that if you are actually a smart person out there, you would love to invest your money in it. And if you want to get this machine, you will need to disburse about $300 to $2,000 for one. Now, go-getters, I believe I have given you enough business ideas on products that never stop selling in Africa, and hope you loved this video. And please do well to let me know what you think in the comments section. So if you really find value in what we are doing, you can as well join our membership where we've got a lot of other impressive things for you on there. And also do well to share this video with your loved ones. For as I always say, the more we empower Africans, the greater Africa will be. That said, thanks for watching this video, and I will see you on my next one.